Meditation on the prayer of Jesus in Gethsemane. We begin this meditation with a bhajan, reminding us the prayer of Jesus in Gethsemane. Please listen to the words and the meaning. Pita tava chit bhavana. Father, whatever you think in your mind, sada mama hrit sadhana. That is the sadhana of my heart. Pavanam paripavanam tava manasam. Holy is your mind. Shobhidam paripujidam mama chedase. Shining and highly revered in my heart. Shonidam mama jividam verisadhanam. Blood-stained is my life, which is the victim of my sacrifice. Arpitam chidahomidam tava sannidhe. Offered to you as a holocaust before you. Sit relaxed and think of Jesus, who, along with his disciples, walking to the Mount of Olives. When he arrived at the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." He went a little farther and prayed alone. He wanted to be alone during this prayer, but also needed the support of prayer from his disciples. We also want the support of our friends' prayer when we are left alone and facing painful situations in our own life. Look at Jesus in Gethsemane, offering himself as the victim of sacrifice. He prayed, "Father, if you will, take this cup of suffering away from me. However, not my will, but your will be done." Look at Jesus, how even in agony he prays, "If possible, take this cup of suffering from me, but not my will, but thy will." When we have to face a difficult situation, what are we doing? Can we do what Jesus did? Remain serene. Sit down or kneel and pray to Jesus or God the Father in heaven and say, "Lord, this is too much for me. I find it very difficult. What shall I do? I am even frightened. But let it be done according to your will. You know my weakness, and you can give me power. I surrender myself to you." This should be our attitude. This is what we have to learn from the prayer of Jesus. Although Jesus knew very well in advance that he would suffer and die a brutal death, when the actual time of suffering came, he also felt his own body trembling. It was a shattering experience for Jesus because human body is finite. He wanted to be like us and also to suffer like us. This Jesus now you meditate. He showed us the way how to accept suffering, how to integrate suffering into our being and to the way of our life. If you have a bitter problem or such a situation, apply this into that situation, saying, "O Lord, take away this suffering." But don't forget to add what Jesus added. "Not my will, thy will." That is the mantra of Jesus. Then, when the time of suffering comes, the power of Jesus will be with you. Be sure about that. Pause in silence, looking at Jesus. If you want to remain repeating the mantra, "Thy will, not my will," do that. Or chant, "Tavagam na mamagam." Tava means thine, mama means mine. Put it in your own mother tongue and keep saying, "Thy will, not my will." Remain in silence. Now, sing the bhajan, which is an expansion of this mantra. Pavanam Paripavanam.
पिता तव चित भावना सदा मम हृदय साधना। 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 तव चित भावना सदा मम हृदय साधना। पावनं परिपावनं तव मानसम् शोभितं परिपूजितं मम चेतसि। पावनं परिपावनं तव मानसम् शोभितं परिपूजितं मम चेतसि। पिता तव चित भावना सदा मम हृदय साधना। पिता तव चित भावना सदा मम हृदय साधना।
And Jesus returned to the disciples again and found them sleeping. And he said to them, "How is it that you are not able to keep watch with me even for an hour? Keep watch and pray that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." He wanted to see whether the disciples were praying with him. So, humanly speaking, an expectation of Jesus that the disciples would pray with him and for him during his suffering and agony. Even this consolation was denied to Jesus. silence. Now sing for the second time the same mantra as we sang before. Once more Jesus went away and prayed the same word. Then he returned to his disciples the third time and found them sleeping again. They could not keep their eyes open. So he told them, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be handed over to the enemies. Get up, let us go." One of the most painful or bitter moments of Jesus' life must be this. One of his disciples would be betraying him with a kiss. Very painful for any master whose own disciple does this. All that Jesus allows or Father allows to happen in the life of Jesus is enabling him to face everything with a gentleness and courage. This serenity even reflected on the face of Jesus amidst all these sufferings. This surrendering attitude is wonderful, and serenely accepting that also is wonderful. Christianity has this mindset. If God wills, suffering will be peacefully accepted with gentleness and serenity of mind. Such suffering is no more a curse. Instead, it has tremendous meaning. Once it is surrendered to God with the sufferings of Jesus, then it becomes redemptive. With that positivity of suffering, all difficulties are overcome. That should be our faith. So, let us also follow that way. Accept the will of God with the mantra, "Thy will, not my will. Tavagam na mamagam." With that surrendering attitude, let us conclude our meditation, singing the bhajan once more. Pida tava chit bhavana sada mama hrid sadhana.